The Rewatchables, brought to you by the Ringer Podcast Network, where you can find Higher Learning with Van Lathan.
Yep.
You can find the Ringer College Football Tailgate Show that is almost over,
Just
right?
Ringer Tailgate.
It's Ringer Tailgate.
Well,
yeah.
it's called Ringer Tailgate.
It's actually not almost over.
What do you mean?
I mean, we're going during the off season.
Are you guys really?
Are you really?
It's a lot of things to cover during the off
Are
season.
you going to rank like campuses and stuff like that?
Recruiting classes, transfer portal, spring games will be
This sounds
in
great.
March. We're going to cover just one episode a week, but we're continuing.
What a fun pod for us.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, Midnight Boys, pew, pew.
Pew pew.
Chris Ryan, The Watch.
Yes.
Landman's over. What's next for you? House of Dragon.
Industry, Night of the Seven
Industry.
Kingdom, and
Tough industry episode for Jon Snow this week.
I think, or was it a great episode?
Or
for
was
Jon
it a
Snow?
great episode?
Yeah. And
He just needed to punch a guy to near death before he could have sex again.
that's what
Good
the British
lessons.
aristocracy does.
Yeah. This is our last Rewatchables that is going to be on YouTube because the next one will be on Netflix on Monday. And we're going to do Zodiac. We're going to try to do, at least for the first couple months, movies that are also on Netflix. So you can watch the movie on Netflix and then watch the pod. So we're doing the Re-Zodiac next week.
Yes, the Rezode.
I wasn't on the first one. You're not a Zodiac guy.
I mean, I like the movie. It's a good movie. It's very intense. But it's very important to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Why's that?
Because Zodiac is a part of the reestablishing of the career of Robert Downey Jr.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It was like, he's viable again.
He's viable again, and then you have Kiss Kiss Bang Bang in there somewhere. He comes back kind of with like The Singing Detective, some movies like that. But we talk about it all the time whenever we have a conversation about him. If you try to think of somebody who Hollywood was out on or is out on right now, that's how out they were on him, and then he worked his way back.
All right. Well, Eddie Murphy in a different point of his career in another 48 hours. This is One For Us week. We did Just One of the Guys on Monday. Another 48 hours, a movie that we've complained about and talked about forever, and it's next. All right, so a couple months ago, you guys were actually on the pod. I talked about the sequel ideas that made me the maddest in the history of mankind. And number one on the list was Another 48 Hours, Keo becoming the Iceman. And this is a movie that drives me crazy. And yet I feel like I've seen it 30 times.
You know what? You feel the way about Another 48 Hours the way some people feel about the end of Game of Thrones. It's like you're such a keeper of the lore.
Yeah.
You understand the landscape of the law enforcement and criminal underworld of San Francisco in the early 80s as told by 48 Hours. And this movie betrayed you. This movie stabbed you right in the heart.
And yet I keep watching it over and over again because I like having my guys back. I wrote down it's a karaoke sequel, Van. Same music, similar opening, 2 bar scenes. There's a hotel shootout. Jack Cates says, "Call for help now!" Rips that off again. We have Eddie singing Roseanne. We have Jack shooting at Reggie at the end.
Roxanne.
Roseanne.
Roseanne.
I wrote Roseanne for some reason in my notes. Roxanne. Jack's shooting Reggie at the end, the lighter switch ending, and the Busboys.
Yeah.
So it's basically like all the staples. It feels like the same movie. It's not as good. And yet I always watch it when it's on. Why?
Yeah. Well, for me, this was another sequel first movie. I saw this one before I saw the second one. So it's always tough to kind of go back. When you see this one.
Not entirely sure I'm not the same way. I can't remember, but I may have seen another before 48.
Right.
Because this came out in 1990, so that's conceivable. You guys saw this first.
Yeah.
So when you go back and watch the first one after you've seen this one, the first one seems like the fucking Godfather. It seems like a very serious. I mean, it does. But this one is a movie that's like, it moves very fast. It's pretty fun. It's incredibly violent. Like when you're 10 or 9 or 10 years old in the 80s, like I was at this point, these are the kind of movies that you're watching. And Eddie Murphy is such a gigantic star that he can kind of, through gravity, pull a movie to its end. When you go back and watch the first one, it's not as oriented around him. The movie takes itself a lot more seriously. It's a completely different, it's funny, but it's a totally different movie.
And he almost got fired on the first one after 2 weeks, and they couldn't really figure him out. He'd never been on a movie before. He didn't really know how to act. And then they figured out how to use his improvisation.
Just let him cook.
By the time we do this, he's the first guy listed in the movie. It's built around him. He's had 7 number 1 hits in a row. This was the last one that became number 1 opening weekend. And he's the biggest movie star we have. And this is kind of when it ends, CR.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that this movie is an interesting what if and an interesting kind of crossroads for him, because we'll talk about how there is a lost version of this film.
Yeah.
And if this movie winds up having a more critically favorable reception, and if it winds up doing better at the box, I mean, it did pretty well at the box office, but if it has like a warmer reception, you wonder what is different about Murphy post another 48 hours.
Can I ask a question, like, about what you guys think about this take? Whether or not this is, I can't think of another movie. This is kind of the end of the Eddie Stunts, but you can argue that it's the beginning of the Nolte Stunts. Like, Nolte is already pretty well established, but like after this, you go Cape Fear, The Prince of Tides, Lorenzo's Oil, The Player, I'll Do Anything, Blue Chips. Like, he really goes on a run. Now, before this, they're movies that we all love. Through Fugitives, I love. Down and Out in Beverly Hills might be my favorite Nick Nolte.
What year was that?
Ever.
That was like 88?
Down and Out in Beverly Hills is 86.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's 3 years. Nick Nolte is already a big star, but he goes up to another level in terms of prestige in the next 4 or 5 or 6 years. And it's interesting that they're kind of ships passing in the night one more time, like in this film.
Yeah, and I think he cleaned up his act too, right, CR?
I mean, I definitely think that's
because I remember the famous Saturday Night Live story where Eddie hosted because Nick Nolte partied so hard that week he couldn't host the show. He basically called in sick.
He looks a lot better in this movie than he did in the first one.
He even said, "Yeah, I quit drinking."
Yeah, Eddie
thing.
remarks. He goes, "Yeah, what happened?"
Yeah, you're right, because he does. Yeah, he didn't really have anything before this, and you're right. Prince of Tides was a big one for him.
That's a huge one. I mean, he became people's sexiest man alive.
Blue Chips was kind of where the wheels started to go back off.
Blue Chips is where he
like
kind of
nice little 4-year run for him.
Blue Chips, I love Trouble, and then he takes a big swing with Jefferson in Paris.
Yeah,
and that kind of doesn't really work.
You know, it's also like the movie industry itself kind of turns towards guys like Nolte, and you have these adult dramas and adult comedies that he's capable of leading, and I think that makes a big difference.
That's 2/3 of it. The other third was the Julia Roberts movie that bombed.
Sure.
I Love Trouble.
Yeah.
It was like one of the most famous bombs of the 90s, and they hated each other. I think he started to get a reputation.
It's supposed to
as
be
a
a
little
musical. There's like a whole Prince soundtrack.
Really bad. I think that really set him back. And he got passed by a bunch of white dudes that were younger than him and were grabbing the parts.
Happens to the best of us.
But once people think that you're sexy, once people think that you are kind of, well, oh, he's got this grizzled sexiness to him, that's when you go take your shot at the rom-com. And if you're going to take your shot with the rom-com at that point, you're going to take your shot with Julia Roberts. Maybe it's a little early. Maybe Meg Ryan. Maybe somebody like that. But you're going to take that shot, and it didn't work for him because he can't pull that off.
It felt like in the 70s, him and Jeff Bridges were vying to be like the biggest heartthrobs going forward. And neither of them totally made it as that kind of actor.
Yeah, I think that
because Bridges had King Kong, Nick Nolte was in Rich Man Poor Man and North Dallas 40, and just felt like he was going to become this leading man.
It's not uncommon to see actors basically start out really hot. They're like kind of heartthrob young, and then there's like this middle period where they're just sort of like, nobody's taking me seriously enough. This happened to McConaughey recently enough, where I think he felt like he was sort of trapped in rom-coms and adventure movies. And it wasn't until Dallas Buyers Club and True Detective and
he had to lose 50 pounds.
Yeah, that happens after. Like, he's a rock star by the time Interstellar comes around.
When did so Interstellar is before or after Dallas Buyers
Club?
Club?
It all starts with Dallas Buyers Club when he loses the weight and wins the Oscar.
Yeah.
And then that opens up all this other stuff. Lesson as always, if you lose 50 pounds and you could somehow still live and be in a decent movie, great things are going to happen. Eddie Murphy, this is his 7th rewatchable, which moves him into the official, like the standings in the newspaper. He's tied with Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Leo, Douglas, Ethan Hawke, and Rene Russo.
Ethan Hawke?
Russo?
Rene Russo was 7. It's just trailing Costner, Hoffman, Julia Roberts, and Hackman by 1 now.
Underappreciated actress.
We got to do Nightcrawler soon so that we can get Renee back up, get her numbers up.
I honestly wanted to beef up his stats beyond argue about this movie and all the behind-the-scenes stuff that I think's fascinating about it. But I sent Van the Spin Magazine article. It was an interview with Spike Lee and Eddie Murphy. There's another Rolling Stone article. Did I send that one to you?
No.
There's a Rolling Stone profile of him around then. This is the most fascinating time for Eddie, where he's as successful as he's ever going to be. He's as wealthy, he's set for life.
Yeah.
He's minted. He's the biggest. It's him, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, and Mike Tyson are basically the 4 biggest celebrities, I think. And he's just miserable. And it's the classic, like, everyone's against me, what do I do now? And it comes out in these 2 pieces. And he talks about this movie and he says, he said this to Spin Magazine after the movie came out. And he said, the critical response to Another 48 Hours, I thought the movie was all right. And after doing a picture that was received both commercially and critically as fucked up as Harlem Nights was, after doing a picture that was viewed as a shitty movie, I should have done a movie that was great as opposed to a movie that was all right. So he kind of knows it didn't hit the way it hit, and there's real reasons for that.
Yeah.
But I also feel like this happens sometimes with musicians, happens with athletes. We saw this happen to LeBron.
Happened to A.J. Brown.
Won
the Super Bowl, he's like, I feel hollow.
Might happen to Josh Allen right now.
Poor Josh Allen.
I can't.
Oh, poor baby.
I'm doing great, but I can't win.
Yeah.
And it feels like you could feel it in that piece with Spike, right?
This was one of the most angsty, revealing pieces I've ever read on a celebrity. I cannot believe I've never read this before. Between him and Spike, there's 3 things happening. Number 1, Eddie Murphy is dealing with being this gigantic star and the professional and social responsibility of that. Spike is there as sort of your straight man, telling Eddie Murphy at different times what he thinks Eddie Murphy's responsibility should be, right?
And he had also been critical publicly of him before that.
Spike has been critical of almost everyone.
Yeah,
okay.
But especially in 89, he was like, why doesn't Eddie use his power?
Why doesn't Eddie use his power? It's like, Eddie, shouldn't you be getting more people hired at studios and stuff like that? And Eddie is talking about the fact that there's just a tremendous amount of weight on him as a star. Like, fuck being as the biggest black star in the town.
Sure.
Just as a star, as an entity, there's business, there's expectation, there are deals. And he's talking about
family that want money, all that shit.
Yeah. He's talking about the fact that there's this, and then there's this whole other part of it that stars do not have to deal with, like white stars, right? And at the end of it, he's like, I just want to be an entertainer. I just want to be able to entertain. Spike asked him why you got pictures of Elvis everywhere. Like, what's wrong? What's up with you? And like listening to him talk about it, I understand way better now why Eddie kind of went to the wilderness in the early 90s.
Well, it's also interesting to think about in terms of like why he's never really come back. You know what I mean? Like he never really did the stand-up tour, the stand-up comeback tour.
Never did stand-up again.
Which at this point, probably at various moments over the last couple of like 10 years or so, could he have played SoFi? Like, I don't know. Like, Eddie Murphy could sell out any building in the world.
There are not enough seats in the world for him to step on stage and people not to come.
Right.
Yeah.
And so has kind of decided to sort of go into a light, I wouldn't call it retirement, but he's basically doing like easy layup movies for streamers.
And that started a long time ago.
Yeah, that's been
the
30, I would say 30 years of that.
And Dr. Dolittle.
But he's probably been doing
Mansion.
that for way longer than he was the man.
Yeah. Because the edge that he had, the way that Eddie made you laugh, like very few people, which is why it was interesting to see him chase the Oscar at times when he did Dreamgirls, or even coming back with Dolomite and trying to like ginny that up. There was just very few performers that could do what he could do, that had that type of on-screen charisma, could make you laugh like that, but then also could dial it back and control a scene. And it weighed on him. Like when you read this, he talks about the fact, I didn't even remember that Coming to America wasn't critically well received. It's amongst the best comedies in the entire decade.
I didn't know how true that was. He probably read a couple reviews. It's funny because he was like probably in my top 3 all-time favorites.
Yeah.
And I never knew how angry he was in the late 80s. And now you look back and like he goes in the Oscars and the 1989 Oscars and talks about how the representation was so bad with nominations, the whole thing. And everybody's like, what the fuck did he do that for?
Yeah.
What's up with him? What's up his ass? It was like kind of the response to it. So he does that. He does this Rolling Stones thing, same thing. And then this. And all of it is about basically too much was on my plate, too much was thrown at me. I thought this would feel better. I thought being this successful would actually be fun. It's not. And basically, he's trapped in this little circle with like 6 people around him. He's not around people every day. He doesn't trust anyone. He said women try to sue him. He had the Art Buchwald claim that he stole Coming to America from him. And he was just bitter at everybody. And I think that makes sense when you see the movies they ended up doing in the 90s, where eventually he just retreats and does like Nutty Professor and easy stuff where he can just play characters and kind of low ceiling stuff.
When you close your eyes and you think of Eddie Murphy and you think of like the best moment of Eddie Murphy, what is the character or the movie that comes to mind?
Prince Akeem from Coming to America.
I think Eddie would say that. I think I probably enjoyed the Beverly Hills Cop 1 Eddie the most because it just felt like he was 22.
Yeah.
And it just felt like this was like going to be the guy.
Yeah.
Like for years and decades, and the guy could do anything.
I probably agree with you. I probably feel like at 48 hours, it's like seeing Caleb Williams throw passes where you're just like, I can't believe this. Like, I can't believe this guy can pull this off.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting to watch another 48 hours through that lens, and see like the brief flashes.
Totally.
Of when it comes back.
Like when he's calling the guys for the money.
On the payphone. Yeah.
On the payphone. Yeah. It's like, this should have been in the movie. What are you guys doing?
But even one of my
favorite
You want
me to tell you he hates cops.
That right there, that's Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And he's fucking with this guy the whole time, and you think that he is going to end up getting Kate's a ticket. But really the joke is on the cop. Yeah. At the end, he tells him and the cop's too scared of Kate's. So look, when you look at the early 90s, we've done Boomerang. But if you look at Distinguished Gentlemen and some of those other movies, and then the abomination that is Beverly Hills Cop 3. That movie is almost
Is that the one at the theme park?
Yeah, that movie.
And by the way, in one of the interviews, he's talking about, I would never do Beverly Hills Cop 3. Like, he's like, they want just throw money at me. I'm never going to sell out like that. And then 5 years later, he sold out.
Yeah.
Boomerang is, to me, like a perfect film.
That was the first Eddie one we did together.
Right.
Yeah.
But even in that one, you could tell he's trying to be different. He's the straight man in that movie.
He wants to be Cary Grant.
He wants to be Cary Grant. He wants to be taken seriously.
I think that's like a thing that happens to a lot of people who get famous for doing a particular thing. And then it's like Eddie Murphy also wanted to be a musician, and Eddie Murphy wanted to be a viable action star, and Eddie Murphy wanted to be, you know what I mean? And it's like everybody was just
telling
Eddie
wanted to be a singer.
Yeah, he wanted to be a pinup like old Hollywood
Sexy,
star.
yeah.
Like
he wanted to be Elvis.
Yeah.
It's a tough one because I do think he was among the most talented people of the last 40 plus years. Like he was the most overqualified SNL person they've ever had. And Will Ferrell's probably second. Everything went right for him for, I would say, 7 years with his movie career, right? And by the time Coming to America comes out, he's still like 28.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even really an
Jason
adult
Tatum.
yet. Yeah, right. He's only 6 years older than Drake May.
Right, yeah.
But he says in this spin thing, and this is after Tyson lost to Douglas in Japan, which is interesting parallel to Eddie because Tyson had the same meteoric rise. And so he says, what happened with Mike Tyson? You get so big, people don't understand what happened. How can this motherfucker never lose? With Mike, when he lost, it became human. In retrospect, I think doing something like the last 2 films I've done, maybe it's good that it makes you lose a step. The pressure's off you to be this perfect motherfucker. And then he talks about his career and he says, I was probably getting comfortable with my position, not appreciating the position I was in. I went through a thing. I had 7 pictures, back-to-back hit pictures. Nobody had done that. So he was like acutely aware of like, nobody's done what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And he couldn't sustain it. But I think part of the reason you can't sustain it is you just stop. When you become that famous, you're just not a normal person anymore.
Yeah, and also,
I don't care if you're a musician, actor, athlete, whoever.
I also wonder whether with his style of comedy and when you watch him on SNL and when you watch him in those early movies, you feel like you're like, there's no safety net. I'm floating in, we're floating with this guy. Like anything can happen. And so once you kind of like grow past that point where you're connected to the things that made you who you were in the first place, I wonder if specifically for stand-ups, if it starts to become a little bit like if you're not Seinfeld and making like quotidian observations about everyday life that everybody has. If you're Eddie Murphy and everything is energy and everything is channeling a certain sensibility, I wonder if you can sustain that.
I don't think you can as a stand-up, but I definitely don't think you can as a stand-up who is also a gigantic movie star.
Yeah.
Like there are stand-ups.
Nobody's ever done it.
There are stand-ups that get into their 50s when they are primarily known for that, and they're able to like pull the energy of their cultural observations, like, split them over 3 or 4 different specials over 4 or 5 years, right? But, man, when you are watching Eddie Murphy in a movie like Beverly Hills Cop, he is the comedy in the film. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are other people that are funny, other funny things that happen, but every single scene is an incredibly heavy lift.
Yep.
It's a real heavy lift. Eddie's doing characters. Eddie's being suave and he's being kind of like a rascal, like all of that stuff. He's doing that in every film. And it comes to a head in Coming to America. He talks about it in that piece where there's legitimately a scene where he's playing 4 different characters.
Yeah.
He's playing off of himself. That's how insulated he's
And he was
become.
mad that one of the reviewers said he was lazy in the movie. He's like, I literally played
Played
everybody
like
in a
4
scene
people.
for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? And then he changed it. He wants to do less. And for 4 or 5 years, we don't even notice. Like we notice that the movies aren't the same, but we don't notice that Eddie Murphy isn't Eddie Murphy anymore.
Interesting. I was curious what you would say about a parallel career like Robin Williams. Now, Robin Williams probably never as famous as Eddie Murphy was at the beginning of his career, right? Like he does Mork and Mindy.
I would say Mork and Mindy was a bigger show than Saturday Night Live at that point. I think the audience was bigger
but
for
were
it.
people like Robin Williams is like
They didn't know his comedy as much, and he went right to movies and was immediately trying to be a movie guy.
and and pretty quickly within the movies started doing serious roles.
Right. He moved to, like, World of Cart and Garp was probably the first one. I think the thing with Eddie, he's doing 3 things at the same time. He's saving SNL by himself, where he's also one of the only black stars. We talked about this in past pods. He's one of the only black stars on TV in the early 80s. So he's got the whole burden of that. He's replacing Richard Pryor as the guy as a stand-up, right? And Pryor's self-combusting and he blows himself up. What was he doing?
What are you talking
When he blew himself up, what was he smoking? It wasn't crack.
It was freebasing.
Was he freebasing? That's what it was. But he blows himself up. And he's like,
stopped that to be like, what?
I couldn't remember what he was
what is
smoking.
the thing that you guys smoke when you burn yourselves up?
Shut up.
What is it?
The Rockefeller
we were
laws
just
were
talking
what?
about it.
What happened there?
Stop. But he's also older.
Right.
So Eddie takes that spot, but then he also takes the #1 comedy movie actor spot. And all these things happen in 3 years. Any person would be happy with one of those 3 things. Chris Rock only was able to do one of those 3 things. And we're like, Chris Rock,
Genius
what a career.
Yeah.
The generational comic.
Yeah.
Chappelle. It's like Chappelle. Oh my God, generational. Eddie, that was one of the 3 things he did. And I think that's just a lot.
Yeah, and it's also just like Eddie Murphy never had a Good Morning Vietnam where you translate your stand-up or your comic skills perfectly into a dramatic role. But Good Morning Vietnam was nowhere near as big of a movie as the least popular Eddie Murphy movie of the 80s.
Yeah, this movie made $150 million.
And it's reviled.
It was considered to be disappointing.
Yeah.
So he speaks
19 on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's crazy. It's not that bad. Like
19.
Yeah,
this movie's good.
I like it.
I like this
I like it. Hold on. He speaks to this in the piece though.
Yeah.
He talks about the fact because, Robin Williams worked with auteurs and different directors and stuff like that. Eddie talks about the fact that he didn't and really couldn't do that. He was like, he's talking to Spike Lee, and by the way, they promised to work together in this piece. They never do.
Sure.
It never happens.
It's so funny. They spend they're like, when we were in not even like a tiny role.
And what he's essentially talking about is the seriousness of Spike Lee and who Spike Lee was as a black director at that time, the responsibility that Spike has and the responsibility that Eddie has as being the guy that everybody likes. And it seemed like he was saying that he couldn't do stuff like what Robin Williams was doing. He couldn't take those chances. That wasn't what they wanted from him. He's like, they send in workman directors in to do some of these movies, and I'll do those movies with them. But like, as far as me working with like really important directors and that stuff like that, it's like, that's not what I'm doing. And that's kind of not what they want me to do. They want me to do Eddie Murphy pictures.
Yeah, you're right. There was like a burden. I almost wonder, like, because he does the Oscars thing in '89, right? And that's this renaissance for, you have Spike, you have Robert Townsend, the Wayans brothers are coming in, and there's this whole generational thing. Hip hop's coming in. There's this whole generational thing shifting, and you could almost feel like Eddie felt like he was over here in the mass market area of like belonging to everybody, and was kind of, but I still should be over here too, and that's why he's speaking out during these 2 years, and then it's over, and then he has the thing with the picking up the prostitute in 1995.
Sure.
After that, he stops doing interviews. I mean, he basically disappears after that.
And you
he does
only-
like some promotion for movies, and that's it.
You'll get every once in a while a little story of like Eddie Murphy, Quentin Tarantino, something,
Yeah.
Whether it was, I think Tarantino was like he was thinking about Eddie Murphy for Pulp Fiction or something like that. But then there's been a more recent story of
All the good directors seem
Quentin
like they've
has-
been fascinated by him.
Quentin had like
Yeah.
a Beverly Hills Cop pitch that Eddie Murphy was like, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Like,
He becomes
PTA, I think, was in on him too, trying to get him.
he becomes that guy because like those directors obviously grew up on him.
Yeah.
But also it's like there was so much that he could do.
Yeah.
And I bet that people looked at him and was like, yo, this guy is better than a Haunted Mansion. This is Eddie Murphy. He's better than a Haunted
Well, didn't you
Mansion.
feel that way with Distinguished Gentlemen? I remember
Distinguished
leaving the
Gentlemen
theater
is
and being
just
like, God
stupid,
damn it.
It's just
Yeah.
it's a stupid movie.
Yeah, it was
but
like,
look,
God damn it. How did we get to this point?
there are interesting films in there. It like, Boomerang is interesting because he goes all black cast for Boomerang.
That's the best thing he did that decade.
Absolutely. But then like there's Bowfinger, which is an
Right.
interesting movie.
Really like
It's-
Bowfinger.
It's an interesting movie. It's a funny movie. That's Eddie trying to
He tries to do Metro, doesn't quite work.
doesn't quite work. And then he never does the thing. And not until Dreamgirls, he doesn't have the Goodwill Hunting moment. He doesn't have sort of the Jim Carrey.
Like, do you think could he have done Training Day?
No.
Could he have done He Got Game?
No.
I don't think
You saw him
That's where
shoot-
it's
you saw
tough.
him shoot the basketball in this movie.
Well, right.
Yeah.
He could have done Truman Show.
Could have done Truman Show.
I think
Could've done
so.
Truman
I
Show.
think, and this is going to sound really stupid, but something like Castaway, like there's
Yeah.
an element of like,
Oh, wow. That
what
would've
are
been
what
really
are the things
interesting.
that would you watch Eddie Murphy on his own on an island for an hour and a half? I would. Now would it have the same gravitas? Would it what would happen in that film? I don't know, but like it is a really
That's a
sad
great idea.
That is a
thing
great-
to look back and be
Can
like,
we just do that?
Can I be honest with you? I'm thinking about most roles that Hanks played.
Could he
Besides
have done Sleepless in Seattle?
maybe he could have done like
he could
Sleepless
have
in
done
Harlem.
big though.
He could have done big. He could have also done like not League of Their Own. But think about Philadelphia, where Hanks is in the Denzel Washington part,
Oh.
and Eddie is in the Tom Hanks part. That would have fucked people's head up.
What's your Eddie relationship, Craig? You're like 2 generations removed.
Unfortunately, I think the relationship with Eddie is that I knew he was famous first before I had a relationship with a specific movie. I mean, to be honest, he made like Dr. Dolittle, and
Yeah.
that's probably like the
Yeah.
first thing I
That's
saw.
like
with Eddie
most people
Murphy.
under 35.
It's pretty remarkable that for a guy as talented as him, who was the biggest star in the world, his career does still feel like a missed opportunity a little bit. It's like Aaron Rodgers only having 1 ring. You're like, he was the most talented quarterback
I
I've
agree with
ever
this.
seen, and he only has 1 ring. That's
He
not
should have
right.
won at least one
But
Oscar.
like there's part of me that is still like if Eddie Murphy started a podcast tomorrow, it would be like the biggest podcast
Yeah,
in
he's
the
still
world.
he's
Do you know what I mean? Like there's like so
Would you
many,
see the
remarkably famous.
documentary?
I did.
yeah.
It was interesting because it was all the good and bad of where Eddie is now, where it was a very safe, controlled documentary that was afraid to really go anywhere. But I was completely riveted
he's a
the
good
whole time.
raconteur,
And
yeah.
I loved
Yeah.
it. And he
Yeah.
told great stories, and I had a great time.
And you still want to love him whenever you see him. You know, something else that happened, now that I think about it, is Hollywood really split Eddie into like thirds in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like they took the charm of Eddie, and then that was Will Smith. Like almost anything that Will Smith was doing, you could have imagined Eddie doing. They took the straight up
Like Bad Boys would have been Eddie 10
bad
years
boys, Men in
earlier.
Black, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had to play a little bit younger than them, but still. And then they took like Rush Hour. Like they wanted Eddie to be like in Rush Hour. Like that was supposed to be Eddie Murphy. But Chris Tucker was like occupying that space for a little while. But in the 80s, there was one guy at the top who could do all of that stuff that those guys can do, like when you split them apart.
Well, yeah, he never was in like Independence Day or Armageddon, any of those type of movies, because he was kind of too famous to be one of the
Amongst
7
the
guys.
Well, also,
ensemble,
You get trapped.
Some
You're
of
like
those-
your own franchise.
Some of those movies started to do a little bit of Moneyball, where it's like, well, we'll get John Malkovich to be the bad guy in
Yeah.
Con Air because his price point's probably not going to be as high as Eddie Murphy or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, in this movie, in 48 Hours, one, he was paid $200,000. In this one, he was paid $12 million plus points. He actually came up with the story and used a pseudonym for it. Talked Nolte into it. Nolte called Walter Hill, the director, who we'll talk about in a second. And he said, "What do you think, Walt?" And then Nick said, if we do one and it stinks, we're still batting 500.
That's funny.
But he said it in the Nick Nolte voice.
That's a good-
If we
honestly,
do one and it stinks.
Not a bad life lesson.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Walter Hill said, a lot of folks will say, I'm just doing it for the money. What I want to know is, why do I think they made the first one? So the most interesting thing about this movie is something we'll talk about right after the break. All right, so we mentioned this is a complicated Rewatchables because it's rewatchable, but it is among the movies that made me the maddest. And I didn't fully realize till we did the research, CR, that this should have been a 2.5 hour long movie.
Yeah.
That got cut to 120. And then a week before the release, Paramount panicked because Total Recall had done really well.
Yeah.
And was short. And they said, we got to get this down to 95. And they just fucking brought the chainsaw out and chopped it. And this is the reason the plot is so nonsensical. And it's like, wait, how do they know? And that's why.
Yes.
Because they just took out scenes that would have explained shit.
Definitely chopped this thing to shit. I am a little curious how none of that has ever gotten on any DVD or on YouTube, or there's never been like
25 minutes is like 6 scenes.
Yes.
I mean, the conceit of the movie, 48 Hours, that ended up on the cutting room floor as well.
Yes. The idea that Jack has a deadline to find the Iceman.
Totally cut out. And it's in one of the trailers. He tells Reggie, I only have 48 hours. We got to find the Iceman or I'm going to jail. And just gone.
Yeah.
Apparently Cruz, Keogh's buddy in this, has a whole arc that's gone. And the guy who played Keogh explains the whole thing. And he said he lost every major scene he had. It felt like getting kicked in the stomach. I was the third lead. I looked like a dressed extra. There's no mention of 48 hours in the film anywhere. And this is just how it went.
So when I read that quote from Brian James about playing Keogh, right?
Yeah.
I thought to some extent they may have made that decision to maintain the twist of like who Iceman is. And that's why they cut his stuff out.
I mean, it's not even a twist.
Well,
it would be like right now if Van was like, I'm the Iceman. It's like, what?
I've been writing JD Vance's tweets.
That's funny. That would be interesting. It worked on me when I was a kid, though.
Oh, I didn't care at all when I was a kid. This is also, you guys got to understand, this was an era where we didn't really pay that much attention.
Yeah, man.
No, it is true.
Like Tango and Cash get set up in 2 scenes. They put it all together. They go to jail. Like, whole trial happens. They go to jail. And like, we're just rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
That's what you tell me the movie's about? Let's have some fun.
But the problem for me is I was a sophomore in college and 48 Hours was my favorite movie.
Right. So you were
and they do another 48 Hours and it's like, Keogh is the Iceman. It's like, no. You fucked now with when I watched the first movie and he's helping Jack with Reggie. And why would he help him if he was the Iceman? Why would he help him in any way, shape, or form?
Maybe one of the scenes that got cut is the Iceman's late arriving. Like, it's only after 48 hours that he becomes the Iceman, you know?
Right.
No, but that's not true because Reggie's like, remember that money we took, 400,000? Took that off the Iceman, the guy who bought your car. So that makes you the dumbest motherfucker. Like, that's so Iceman had to be going in like 1980.
But is this Eddie Murphy's idea? If he does the story?
Yeah.
But maybe it made sense with the extra 45
with
minutes.
everything. I think that it's more of a movie, like in terms of the plot making sense and all of that stuff with the extra time in it. But it probably is lesser, honestly.
Yeah.
It probably, this movie moves
I don't know.
this movie
might be Heat. We'll never know. This might be a Michael Mann movie.
Well, you joke, and we haven't like said why we like this movie yet. This movie is still a Walter Hill movie shot by Matthew Leonetti.
Just about to go into that.
Fucking awesome.
This movie is such a great
and
hang.
It still
so
has
well
the
done.
banger James Horner score.
I have it like oddly well directed, real sense of tension and danger in these scenes. Like
great villains.
Great villains.
Yeah.
Totally fucking crazy guys that you are actually scared of that represent danger whenever they're around.
Yeah.
And it moves so quickly. I don't know how if it would move that same way if we had more time with all of these characters.
Yeah.
It's the opening scene. It's
Beautiful.
filmed like it's like a fucking Oscar winner.
I have that in a category coming up.
It's really good. Walter Hill, this was his last hurrah. After this, he had Trespass, Geronimo, Wild Bill, Last Man Standing. CR and I
Trespass, Geronimo, and Wild Bill all have things to recommend about them.
I like those movies.
Well, I'm just saying none of them did well.
Yeah.
Trespass, I really like.
Yeah.
Trespass, a treasure hunt in the hood. How have they not done that again? Trespass, I love that movie.
It bombed.
It did.
Not in my high school.
It's funny.
we
were you guys
like,
big on Judgment Night in your high school?
Yeah, but like Trespass was like the idea
like
of Trespass.
Judgment
We were like, this is the best idea for a movie I've ever
Loved
heard.
Trespass.
I went and found the 1990 Premiere magazines to see if they did another 48 hours, and they only had a summer movie preview, and they were doing predictions, and they called Walter Over the Hill.
Oh, shit.
That's what he got in another 48 hours. Fuck that. Ciara and I met him, the Running Man screening.
Yeah.
He was sitting right behind us, and we were probably like 20% too excited.
We were like Chris Farley in SNL, like, oh, and then when you did this.
Yeah. Remember the Warriors?
I was like,
When
Mr.
the
Hill, I'm a
baseball
huge
guys
fan
were
of
there?
Extreme Prejudice.
I think he was flattered.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But yeah, so he did Warriors in 48 hours. After that, it doesn't really matter, does it? You come up with those two?
He also did Long Riders, Southern Comfort. I mean, he's done so many good movies.
Warriors, though, stands the test of time as much as any movie, man.
We're bringing that back because when we did it the first time in the Rewatchables, we didn't have a lot of the categories.
The Rewarrior?
And then Shay didn't really like it. That was one of the only times I forgot to make sure.
How could that be possible?
Shay was like fine with it. I thought he loved it for some reason, and then he
that
was
is
kind of
the
like,
most
"Yeah,
Shay
but."
Serrano coded movie maybe ever.
I was stunned. I just assumed that he loved it, and he was like lukewarm on it. So Ciara and I had to carry it.
Shay had to carry Shay.
We had to carry it. We talked him into it. By the end of the pod, I think he liked it more.
I think he enjoyed our enthusiasm for sure.
What a great movie!
Just like amazing.
Talk about, what did I say? It was 89 minutes?
The rare sub 90.
I mean, it might be for batting average / advanced metrics, pound for pound per minute, the greatest action movie ever.
It's a piece of culture.
They create an entire
it becomes more.
universe.
It's like it becomes more. It's like a weird, drugged out, postmodern treatise on the crime-ridden New York of the 1970s and gangs and all of that. It's like a beautifully fucked up dystopian novel almost.
It is remarkable they did that in 90 minutes. Like
it's also like we still in 2025, 2026 are like, oh, that's like the Warriors. That's so Warriors. Like it's still a touchstone.
You know what's amazing about the Warriors? They never fucked with it. Nobody was like, we're remaking the Warriors. It was like there would have actually been riots in the street if they tried to remake that movie. It's almost like remaking The Godfather or some of these movies nobody would ever touch.
Yeah.
The Warriors is like that. And you would think they would have remade that 4 times already, but stayed away. Bunch of that guys in this movies. We mentioned Brian James. Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like
from the Christmas Adventurers and Van's favorite film.
Owned the Double Deuce. Needed some help.
Yeah, that's right.
He was a good.
He needed to find the best cooler in the South.
He was the good guy in that one, but he's got such a smirky, fucked up face that when you see him in other shit, you're like, "There's the guy that you're not."
It's funny because he was in Emergency, which was one of my first favorite TV shows in the 70s, and he was just like a Noah Wyle type of 70s good guy.
Should we address the fact that Neil Fisher emailed our email inbox to explain the last shot of Roadhouse to us?
Oh, yeah.
What was that? I don't remember that.
Big fan of the pod, been listening since the beginning, loved the Mailbag episode. And when I heard you mention Roadhouse and you looking for an answer, a question, my ears perked up. I'm a filmmaker and author from Chicago. My first book was released in 2021, was about Swayze. While writing it, I was in contact with a bunch of Swayze collaborators like his widow, Lisa, and I became with Roadhouse alums Marshall Teague.
Yeah.
And director Rowdy Harrington. I asked Rowdy if the skinny dipping scene was shot to be used in the middle of the movie since Cody is there, or if it's something else.
The blind guy.
Rowdy says that always was meant to be the end of the movie, and he loves the final song when the night comes falling from the sky. Hope that helps.
You know that I got this mailbag question about how the blind guy was just in the skinny dipping scene. And it was like, did they skinny dip in front of because they couldn't see?
Yeah, he couldn't see anything.
But it's like a little Easter egg.
Have we?
There's one more that guy we got to talk about.
Okay, go for it.
Andrew Divoff, who plays Gaines's brother.
Yeah.
Also the bad guy in Toy Soldiers.
What a run
movie
for him.
we did a couple years ago on the Rewatchables, me and Kyle Brandt. And that's
Wait a
really it
minute.
for him.
Wait, no. He also wasn't he in, okay, so we're talking about the guy with the longer hair and the,
Cherry.
yeah, like a Low Down Dirty Shame.
Oh.
Remember a Low
What
Down
a
Dirty
run,
Shame?
early 90s run for him.
Low Down Dirty Shame, he plays, I remember he says he's trying to get under Shame's skin. It's about the beautiful, top tier, gorgeous Sally Whitfield.
Oh.
Yeah, oh my God. Shout out to
Yes.
DeAndre, man. But like he's talking about her and he just looks at Shame. He goes, yes, she loved to fuck. That's what he says about it. He goes, because he's trying to get under his skin because that's his girl.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's going out. He's like, yes, she loved to fuck. And I was like, God damn. Just tell somebody, your ex, hey, I'm with your girl now, just to let you know.
Jesus.
She loved to fuck. It's a scene in Low Down Dirty Shame. He's in the movie.
Horlbeck scale, the Century Club for Craig. 100 minutes is, that's the curve one way or the other. We're at 95 minutes here, Craig. We're at +5.
I know, +5. Perfect length.
He didn't.
Well, we could have had
was,
like a 140-minute movie.
He
here.
was psyched for the other
You could
version.
have given me 5 more minutes or something like that, but this is right in the sweet spot.
Okay.
Necessarily.
$50 million budget, made $153.5 million. Roger Ebert, 2 stars.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't.
about right.
I can't fight back on this.
Yeah.
He said, you know how sometimes in a dream you'll see these familiar scenes and faces floating in and out of focus, and you're not sure how they'll connect? Another 48 Hours is a movie that feels the same way. Broad outlines, villains, cops, all basic movie stereotypes. What exactly is happening here? If it does nothing else, Another 48 Hours reminds us that Murphy is a big, genuine talent. Now it's time for him to make a good movie.
God damn.
He challenged him. I mean,
Boomerang.
I would say he does.
Boomerang is a great movie.
Yeah.
Watch Party. Out of all the possible
I had
scenarios, 5 o'clocker for me.
It's
5 o'clock for me, too.
It's maybe a top 5 o'clocker.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
exactly what you would want. You would go
Perfect.
back in the day, maybe you get 3 trailers. So say 5 o'clock movie starts around 5:15, 5:20.
You're home in time for dinner.
Home for dinner.
Yeah.
It's maybe a 4:55 start. Movie kicks in
Or
around 5:08.
You get out
You're out of there by
early enough for
5:50.
young Bill Simmons to take you out and tell you all the problems with Iceman continuity. You know?
Yeah.
That would have happened. I would have been like, can we go get a Dunkin' Donuts? I got to explain how dumb this Keo thing
Why
is.
this didn't work for me.
Yeah.
Just say, can we get an iced coffee? Most rewatchable scene. My first one isn't until 26 minutes into the movie,
Oh,
unless
really?
you want to go with the opening.
I like the opening. I
Okay.
like the opening. I just have so many questions about it. Like, who goes to that bar? Like, who frequents that bar in the middle of the desert, nowhere, just for bikers or something like that?
Where is it? Is it in California?
Is there a desert in? Where do you think
Is there
that?
well, let's
with
ask
all
Craig.
those dudes-
Is there a desert in Northern California?
I mean, probably, but not super close to San Francisco. I mean, you could be up heading towards Napa, I suppose.
With like those types of dunes.
But if that's
they look like they were in fucking
where's
Egypt.
Lompoc or where's like some of the
I don't know.
Okay.
It's almost like a fever dream, that scene. That poor bartender.
Poor bartender gets killed. 2 cops. Well, you're into the movie. 5 minutes. 2 cops gone. Old timer bartender out of here.
Old timer bartender, probably bulletproof vest to work every day, I would say.
I bet he
With that job.
You know, can he go 2 days without getting more than 1 customer? Sometimes, like that's a pretty far
It's
flung
tough.
bar.
Yeah, especially I'm guessing it wasn't like $15 for a Jack and Coke.
No,
there.
it probably
Probably
wasn't
a couple
like
bucks. Jack gets attacked by the bikers, and then Reggie's bus gets attacked simultaneously.
That's a fantastic action scene.
It's
It's
awesome.
really, this is 26 minutes in. This movie all of a sudden takes off. We get to hear Reggie sing James Brown. I wrote this down. This has happened a few times in movies, most famously in Fast 4 at the end. Prison transport buses getting attacked.
Yeah. Yes.
Prison
It's a
transport.
home run
I also
every
like
time.
it when
Planes, Conair.
whenever
Anything with
anyone
carrying prisoners under attack. I'm
is
in.
trying to communicate with the prison transport bus, like in Rebel Ridge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Rebel Ridge, a good one.
He's
Yeah,
driving
yeah.
next to his cousin.
He's like, stay up.
I'm
So,
trying
yeah.
to think when that hasn't worked. And then if you're the prisoner and you're being transported in real life, deep down, you're probably hoping.
Wait, does this not happen in both U.S. Marshals and The Fugitive as well? No, it's a plane crash
U.S. Marshals plane crash.
Yeah, The Fugitive.
Fugitive is the just a straight bus crash.
Yes.
Bus crash, yeah.
Yes.
It's not attacked.
Fast 4 is an intentional attack.
Right.
To free Vin Diesel.
I expand on this and say that anytime the prison transport mechanism is in peril, it's a good scene.
Yeah.
Also, the same guy is driving the bus in every scene, no matter what movie it is. It's like the little bit of a fat guy, looks like he's from Chicago and he's got a mustache.
It would have been cool if
guy.
if there was more of a budget, if Shot Caller had more of a budget.
For a prison transport?
If we could have gotten a transport going. Yeah.
Shot Caller.
Shot Caller.
Damn.
So Shot Caller, I had never seen Shot Caller, right?
Until we did Rewatchables?
Well, I can't remember.
I badgered you to see it.
So like I'm looking at that, and I'm just not gonna watch Jamie Lannister as a hard ass. I'm just not looking at it. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not looking at that. And then I watched Shot Caller. And what the fuck, man? Shot Caller is way better than it had any business being.
Yeah. It's kind of what I wanted from Rip.
The Rip, yeah.
For it to be a little, well, Shot Caller is way smarter than The Rip is. The Rip is a fucking dumb movie. It's good.
All right.
That's a stupid movie, bro.
Why?
It's just like, come on, bro. Like it's a 5-cent twist at the end of the movie. It's like that. I enjoyed The Rip. I really did.
I enjoyed The Rip.
Yes.
But I enjoyed The Rip. I did.
Right.
It was worth the time.
My review to CR was that The Rip probably needed worse actors.
It probably should have. It probably should have had the Den of Thieves level actor.
Yeah.
In that movie,
then you would have felt like, hey, I got more than I bargained for. But if you're looking at the two motherfuckers from Good Will Hunting, you're expecting slightly more.
I'm expecting heat when I see those guys, and it was not heat.
Right.
It was more in the really well done Den of Thieves camp.
But Shot Caller, when I was watching it, that seemed like some made for cable type shit. Nah, the movie took itself very seriously. I didn't see what was coming at the end. It's like a legitimately good movie. I think he still was probably miscast. You probably could have got people to take that movie more seriously if you'd have cast somebody else in the lead. But
disagree.
Sick.
I thought he was awesome.
Movie.
The movie's good.
I think you just took too much Jamie Lannister baggage into it.
Probably so. I didn't say it was a bad movie. What I'm saying is to get more people into that film, if it had been somebody different.
I just think they botched the release. I didn't even see it for 3 years. I didn't even know it was out.
Yeah.
Let's write a movie where a prison transport bus gets attacked.
Okay.
I don't know what happens the rest of the movie, but that's just how it starts.
Oh, I can tell you something. How about this? This will get made. This will get made. Ringer Films.
Get Films.
Sean on. Prison transport bus gets attacked by fucking vampires. Okay? This movie gets made. Vampires. They're they've woken up from their slumber. They're hungry.
Dusk before transport.
Dusk before transport. These are hungry vamps. They're on the fucking prowl.
Craig's in on this.
Prison bus, they smell it. But they don't realize that they fuck with the wrong bus, baby. These guys can handle themselves. I'm telling you.
Could we do, I wonder.
He didn't greenlight my shit.
Well, I'm still thinking about it.
I need a
Does
green
that
light.
be a prison transport or could it be like any bus?
No.
Like, could we have,
like a Greyhound?
No, like the Sixers are taking a bus from Philly to MSG. And the bus is under attack. Tyrese Maxey has to save the day.
Yeah.
Against vampires.
Embiid goes down at the first touch of a bus of a
Embiid's
vampire.
10 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
No, Embiid becomes a vampire. They get to him.
Yeah,
and all of a
Embiid
sudden,
becomes the bad guy.
And do you know how we know that the vampires have gotten Embiid? Because all of a sudden,
because he's playing?
He's playing, he's not getting hurt.
Yeah,
he's moving
around, but
he's just a vampire walking around in Skechers.
Yeah.
I noticed you haven't really commented on his revival.
Is it a revival?
I think he's playing quite well.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
Good
is.
luck.
Once Bill gets a take, he doesn't ever go back on these days.
Look, how long has he been playing well? Like 3 weeks?
Yeah. About the time the Celtics have been good.
Great. Next scene, Reggie and Jack at the hospital into Reggie's car blowing up, which includes Eddie just ripping off lines like, oh, great, I get to spend my first day out with Art the goddamn redneck. Fucking hilarious. I'm broke. I've been shot at. I was in a bus that flipped 17 times.
That's the trailer.
That's
That's the trailer.
They blew up my car.
Yeah.
They blew up my car.
They blew up my car.
Is this when he goes, that's it? I'm calling some of my fucking homies.
Yeah.
I'm getting a loan. I'm getting the
All of a sudden, this is the best movie you've ever seen. And then when he's calling the different people for the money, and they was like, no, I was there when you beat the bitch up.
He's like, yeah. He's like, you become a Christian. That was just funny. I was there when you beat the bitch up. But all of this stuff, like, you talk about how bad the movie is.
Could've just been the
maybe
whole
it's
movie.
nostalgia. The bar, the bus, all of this stuff is moving real quick, and it's hard not to be entertained.
Yeah.
He told me the cops ain't shit, and you were just pussies that I'm passions. And he also said he's gonna park his car, and he don't care if it's a no parking zone.
Reggie explains the Iceman to Jack. The Iceman bought your house, which makes you probably the dumbest motherfucker in law enforcement. I also like the line, he makes Gans look like Gandhi.
Yeah.
And then he does the same 7 years in prison. You remember every story about pussy you ever heard. But we're cooking. It's starting to feel like 48 hours again. I also like Reggie spots a pickpocket. I love anytime somebody says she's dancing at a birdcage up in North Beach. I know I'm in the right movie. That sounds great. I thought the band was just terrible. We get a bar fight and we get him shooting somebody and asking if anyone else wants a limp. You like that scene?
Love it. I mean, all of this stuff is from the trailer. Like that.
Yeah.
Because the trailer itself, I remember as a kid, it was everywhere. A lot of promotion for this movie. This was like a big one, right? Trailer goes through all this. It shows everything that's happened to him. And then it shows him shooting the gun like this, almost the same way he did in Harlem Nights.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like shooting the gun like that. It's like hilarious.
Chinatown Hotel shootout.
Hey,
At the King Mai.
first of all,
some good stunts in this.
some great stunts in that. That's an intense, desperate shootout. The hotel shootout is from a different movie. That's not normally the type of shit that you get.
It's the same. All the stuff with Cherry and Hickox is from.
It's from the first one.
It's from the different, the other version of the movie.
version of the first one.
Yeah. Because think about him. I fucking killed you, pig. That guy ain't trying to be funny. That's like a serious fucking, he's pissed the fuck off.
Have you ever wanted to jump into a garbage dumpster? Into the big garbage bags like they do in these movies?
Yes.
I feel like in real life you would do it and you just get stabbed by a broken wine bottle and die. It's like, no way you survive it. They make it seem so easy. It's like this cushy fall.
But the thing that
You're jumping into a Samsung TV and just shattering your elbow.
I don't think about getting stabbed. I think about falling on somebody's old steak or some old gumbo they threw out or being in the middle of some pamper or
so
some
many
shit
bad
like
things
that.
are in a
I
garbage
just think
dumpster, never in a movie.
Hollywood's in crisis because there was like a day to a week of meetings about what should Cherry fall onto when we finally kill him. Or no, is it Cherry or is it the Iceman who falls into the water bottles?
No, that's Cherry.
Cherry. And it's like, he's going to go out the window. What should hit him? What should he fall on? And they probably were like, what would look fucking amazing? That would have cost $10 million now to throw a guy out of a window. That's a real dude. He's like fully a stunt man.
Yeah.
This movie's crazy with the stunts. We didn't even talk about the guy that for a nothing scene, just gets torched, set on fire.
Oh, I'm getting to that.
Okay, a nothing scene. It's a whole thing. Set a human being on, set on fire for no reason.
What about the stunt going through the movie screen and the motorcycles landing perfectly?
Yeah,
right between the aisles.
Right,
but that's not CGI. I don't know how they did that.
That's
like if you're
magic, man.
Tiny bit over to the left, you're just hitting a chair.
Are you aware that in 1969, the United States was able to successfully put men on a spacecraft and then get them to the moon?
I don't like your sarcasm.
He also might be a little bit dubious about whether that happened. He might
Do you think that it happened?
Stanley Kubrick did that in the back lot of Paramount.
The point is that if they were able
I
to
stand
do
with
that,
Danny Torrance. His spaceship sweatshirt. I really like Bernie Casey in this movie, but I like when they go to visit him and he goes, "You will repay your debt to me," and punches the glass.
When I was a kid, that used to scare me. I used to
terrifying.
be afraid. He's
in a different movie.
You must repay my debt to me.
Bernie Casey is the stuff that got cut out, or just an explanation of that. Yeah.
Is he the Judd Nelson? You're in a different movie, but I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah,
he's in. Bernie Casey's in Shot Caller. He's not in another 48 hours. He's over here.
He hates Reggie. Yeah. Reggie's so scared of him, and then when he punches his hole through punches a hole through the fucking glass, that scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
By the way, Bernie Casey, like pretty atypical role for him. Like he's running Lambda, and Revenge of the Nerds, and
well, in the 70s,
even in the
he was
black
a little bit
exploitation
more
stuff, he was usually the good guy. He wasn't like the bad guy.
Around this time, or a little bit after this, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker comes out.
Yeah.
Did Bernie Casey ever play Felix Leiter in any Bond movies?
I don't think, did he?
I always thought Bernie Casey was really good.
He's the man.
Anything he was in.
He was
but
the man.
I really liked him in this
Always,
movie.
like a plus performer, whatever he was in.
And then we had the
Yes,
Club North Beach final shootout's the last one. Ridiculous Iceman reveal. We get to see a hostage taken in a stripper cage elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Sign me up. You set me up, Ben. You were getting too close, Jack. I like when people are trying to kill each other, but they're having like a conversation. You set me up, CR.
Iceman's got
Sorry, man, you were losing control of the ringer.
That's
We're
like
just like hiding.
That's the Mr. and Mrs. Smith, where you're arguing while shooting each other.
Yeah. Gans's brother falls to his death on a water bottle truck, and then Jack, the twist, he shoots Reggie to get to Chia.
So he shoots Reggie with I think a 44 Magnum.
Reggie shit is fucked up, guys.
And Reggie's
not. He's losing his arm.
Losing a ton of blood instantaneously.
Right.
I don't know why they didn't. I thought they were setting him up to have him in a vest. They mention it halfway through the movie.
Yeah, Jack has a vest
he
at the
gets shot
diner.
6 times with the vest. I thought, oh, this was a plan they concocted where if he needs to be shot, he can be shot because he has a vest on and he's not in one.
Yeah.
I don't want to go all like, lioness, ballistics. We should have a whole pod called Ballistics where we talk about the guns in these fucking movies. You get shot from that range with that gun, your shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
Like that's
you need to be in the hospital table in an hour.
Yeah, the 80s were a big gun fucking. I mean, the Gans is carrying a Desert Eagle in this, right?
Yeah.
So they were a big caliber gun decade before.
Jesus, I didn't realize American Sniper was
I
here.
know, seriously.
What?
It would have been funny though if he'd shot him where he shot him and he goes, "There goes college softball."
Oh man, what do you got for most rewatchable, Sierra?
Well, I'll just do a shout out to the motocross scene because it is such
that is crazy.
unnecessary use of burning a stuntman nearly to death. And I also love Brent Jennings in this movie as Bros. But it really, there's no real reason to have that scene in the movie. But it is awesome that they're just like, what I need is a motocross track, 25 experienced motocross bike riders. Then we're going to have a stuntman get lit on fire with a shootout. And all the motorcycles need to miss Nick Nolte by an inch.
A little bit.
Yeah. But my favorite scene is probably the let Eddie Murphy cook.
The 8
payphone.
minutes of Eddie Murphy just cooking.
Yeah.
I agree.
The payphone scene is my favorite scene. Like, it's the one that I most get excited to watch. I will say, to your point about Brent Jennings, in this, an underrated scene is when the two guys confront him in the room and they shoot his ear. Like,
Malcolm.
Yeah.
Or not Malcolm, no.
Tyrone.
Yeah,
Tyrone. Brent Jennings in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When they shoot his ear. Like that scene, once again.
And he starts laughing. I like when people get shot and laugh.
It's like from a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like it's
also the way it's shot is really
they do some
ominous
weird,
and
like
scary.
looking up camera stuff.
It's you start to see like how insane he really is because he gets shot in the ear, then still delivers to them the message that he needs to so they can finish their job. Then they finish him.
It's like when Trump got shot in the ear.
Okay, now. I know you're on Netflix now, but yeah. That didn't make sense. I don't know what the correlation is. It would have been Paramount, maybe, but no.
What's the most 1990 thing about this movie, CR?
I think unironically ordering brewskis and then having those beers be Miller Genuine Draft bottles.
You know, I recently tried Miller Genuine Draft for the first time. That's not a great beer.
Yeah. And then also just the Iceman using an Uzi.
What do you drink? What kind of beer do you drink?
He drinks Michelob Ultra.
Yeah. Modelo?
Sure. Light beer. I love Miller Lite, Coors Light.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, a real American.
Sure.
There you go.
You guys, MGD's not really around anymore.
It's just not. It's certainly not around in LA. I do not see MGD in LA.
Tastes more like malt liquor.
You know, these are the beers of my home. When I came out here, all the whites I knew, it was Pabst Blue Ribbon. It was like, give me a Modelo, give me
I like Modelo.
a San Angeles IPA or whatever. Like, where I'm from, the ones that I grew up with, give me a Miller Lite, give me a Coors. These are the Americans I knew. Out here, things change. I don't even know. Who are the Miller Lite people at the Ringer? Who are they?
Chang.
I guess.
Chang loves a Miller Lite.
Oh, that makes sense. That tracks.
I drink Michelob Ultra.
I got it. We got it. Yeah.
It's refreshing. It's only 90 calories. My most 1990 thing about this movie is just this stage of Eddie's career. He's kind of fat in this movie for him.
Yeah, a little bit.
He talks about like he hates watching this movie because he thinks he's fat in it.
He's not.
His hair's starting to go a little bit. He just looks older and like
he looks pretty good though. Like outside
he's wearing that big suit.
Yeah.
Where it's like
man, I feel like he looks handsome and in shape.
Yes.
You know?
No, but if you watch the first movie, that suit is like tight on him.
Man, my mama, when we watched this movie,
she loved him.
She would not stop talking about how much weight Eddie Murphy had gained. That's one of the things I remember.
You really feel it in the suit. It's almost like a David Byrne suit on him compared to the first movie.
When I watched it again, though, like the suit
he's fat
is
for
big.
him.
The suit is
he's
big.
fat for him.
Yeah.
What's age the best?
Oh, hold on. I got to do my most 90s.
But what is it?
I would say convertibles in movies. I can think of so many movies with people driving around in convertibles, Twins, K9, people driving around in convertibles, having conversations in the open air in movies. I looked it up. Less convertibles in movies because less convertibles, period.
I know.
The convertible was phased out in the 90s.
I also wonder whether or not a convertible is a better shot. You know, like you get like more of whatever, even if it's a screen background, cinematically. It's
you know what
better.
The problem is? Fucking skin cancer. That's killed convertibles.
Didn't you have a convertible?
Yeah, I had one for 25 years. I always had a convertible.
You had to give it up.
Guess what? I got a big melanoma on my forehead. And that was it. I never had a convertible again after that. No, I think people just would bake in the sun in a convertible and not think twice about it. And now I think people are a little more sun careful.
You don't really see
Craig's generation.
You guys too careful about the sun?
Just more careful about the sun.
It is a thing. You know, people put on sunscreen every morning.
Yeah.
I don't do that, but that's a thing.
It's recommended for out here.
Yes, like a part of your daily morning routine is you apply sunscreen.
Back in the 90s, just put that top down, fucking bake in
Have
the
an
sun,
MGD.
turn bright red.
Yeah, have an MGD.
Have an MGD. It's just better times. Go to a strip joint with a stripper cage.
Yeah.
Watch the stripper cage elevator going up and down. These are the days.
That's what they were watching.
What's age the best? What do you got, CR?
Ball busting cop talk. Now, Jack, a cop is a guy, and sometimes a guy steps on his dick.
Bruh, this guy was obsessed with stepping on dick.
Yeah.
He told you, like, you stepped on your dick. He said it 3 times in one sentence.
Yeah, I just love all the ball busting that happens in the precinct. And
we don't do it the same way anymore with precincts. We just lost the narrative.
Yeah.
These chaotic precincts with a lot of sarcasm and a lot of insulting. Like, just doesn't exist anymore.
Busting each other's balls.
Yeah, we don't have ball busting.
You think work from home killed precincts?
I do. Yeah. I do. I think COVID.
We know what we need at the Ringer?
I think Karen Bass.
Cops on Zoom calls.
Karen Bass killed it.
You know what we need at the Ringer? We need a police captain at the Ringer.
Just somebody
walks in here, Lathan, get your motherfucking ass in my office.
Yeah.
We need to
Well, our guy got cut out of this movie, Frank McRae.
Yeah.
Who was the sergeant yelling at them in the first movie. Just out.
Right.
I always need that guy if I'm going to be
Eddie
in a
Murphy
cop movie
apparently
in a
agrees
precinct.
with you because he's just Inspector Todd, but in San Francisco.
Yeah.
What do you have for what's age the best?
The animus between rural and metropolitan Americans. I hear a lot of talk in this hillbillies, rednecks, all of this stuff.
Yeah.
We had it then and we have it now. We can't get on the same page. It's tough.
I have
also in internal affairs. Internal affairs in the 80s, scumbags.
Yeah.
Hated them.
Yeah, they fucking hated IA.
Hated IA. Every single movie. IA scumbags. But now,
had 2 I loves. I love evil internal affairs guys, or seemingly evil, but they're really doing their job. And honestly, like villainous biker gangs, tell me when that doesn't work in a movie.
It's good.
These guys are just bad guys and they got bikes. That's all I need.
Villainous bad biker gangs kind of culturally expired, but then I feel like Sons of Anarchy.
And Task.
Yeah, but in a very different way, though.
Right.
I also had a fun action movie sequel gimmick. Is the dead guy's brother coming to exact revenge?
It's fine by me.
Sign me up.
Fine by
me. If a bus can flip with prisoners, even better. And then any movie that has an exchange like this. We're looking for a whore that works here. Angel don't work here anymore. She's dancing up in North Beach. I'm probably in the right theater.
I meant to come see the new Colleen Hoover, but it turns out I'm right where I need to be.
You guys understand me.
This isn't Hamnet? I thought I was Chloe Zhao.
Dennis Benihana Award for Scene Stealing Location and the Kid Cudi Pursuit of Happiness Award for Best Needle Drop. I'm giving to the Birdcage, which was that strip club at the end, which I
Interesting.
thought
The
was a
North Beach
really
place?
good bar scene. You could also talk me into the first
The Sand Dunes
location.
is what I had.
Sand Dunes Bar, whatever that was called.
Sneaky candidate here is the King Mai Hotel for me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Single room occupancy, single
Yeah.
resident occupancy.
Right.
hour per rental.
Mm-hmm.
Great shot, Gordo Award, most cinematic shot. What do you got here?
There's a bunch. Walter Hill is a G. There's a great shot of them coming up the hill in Jack's caddy when they're pulling up to Reggie's car for the first time before it explodes.
Nice wide
And there's
shot.
for some reason, there's spotlights going at the bottom of the hill in San Francisco. San Francisco is just such a beautiful cinematic city anyway.
Yeah.
As we will discuss in Zodiac, but that was just a great shot.
There's a neat little shot when I think it's Reggie's getting out of jail to where they stop to talk. And he shoots it from behind.
Between the bars.
Yeah,
low. You're right.
A low angle where it makes
good.
them look like they're having a conversation in prison. It's a good shot.
I had that one. I also really like the slow-mo of Reggie getting shot and Keo kind of realizing what's happening in slow motion as he sees Reggie sinking down and then turning back to Jack. It's just good slow-mo.
Yeah.
Very rarely do we have good slow-mo. Here's a new award. The Dorfler's Door Award for How Much Did That Hurt? Named after Marvin Dorfler in Midnight Run when they slammed the door.
Uh-huh.
Getting a basketball whipped in your face like that from close range, which
hurts.
he does to him.
Yeah.
Broken
right in the nose? Yeah, you're fucked.
So it might have hit him in the chin. I just feel like there's blood.
Yes.
I think that would really hurt.
Nolte gets off pretty easy in this movie compared to what happened in the first one.
Oh, like when they
the
was
first one,
and
he's
shit?
bleeding out of every orifice, by the end of that movie. And this one, he's just kind of
Yeah. We'll take a break and then CR's got to flex. All right, CR, flex category. What do you got?
I'm going to do a double here, but it's the same scene. It's the same. So I hope it's okay with you. The Sean Fennessy Award for stealth homage that gives every movie nerd a criteria orgasm for essentially redoing the opening of Once Upon a Time in the West with the bikers arriving at the bar in the beginning. So a spaghetti Western opening. And then the Rick Kiketti Award, Meat Award.
Read the whole thing, please.
The Rick Kiketti Guard Meat Award for most memorable death by a security guard or other bystander whom the movie treats as inconsequential, but who probably had a spouse and kids who love him. Or her for the female cop that gets desert eagled in the bar and gets blown through a window. And it's just all right, that's the first scene in this movie.
That's a great new word. I love that one.
Two cops down. What about the poor bastard who was just coming out of his hotel room? And takes 4 to the chest. He's just
he was just getting a hand job.
Yeah, what kind of, he's in there with one of the ladies. What kind of racket's going on out here? And then boom, 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 he's dead.
Those are great ones.
That was a mouthful. Sorry about that. Yeah. Is it Chicketty or Kiketti? Okay. Rick, let us know.
I'm going to add here the Hans Gruber scale of villain ranking. Cherry Gans, what do you think? 5.5?
Yeah,
6?
he's up there. I like him.
Do we need more comedy from him? What was he missing?
It's
a little one note.
I don't mean to dominate the floor here, but this is my hottest take.
Oh, do it now.
We got to get back to guys like Cherry Gans. It was a deeply satisfying experience to watch just a truly psychopathic bad guy. Now I don't have to worry about his childhood or what he really wants in life or who hurt him. He's like, you killed my brother. I'm killing mad cops until I get to you. That was an awesome bad guy.
So you go higher. It sounds like you go 8.
Yeah, I love Cherry.
So angry. I thought I killed you. So angry. He wanted him fucking dead.
Pig.
Fucking pig. I thought I killed your pig. I killed your pig. I'm like, God damn, it's like an opera.
We're really talking ourselves into this movie.
Yeah.
Was there a better title for this movie? Do we like Another 48 Hours as a title?
Another 48 Hours, Cherry's Revenge.
Oh, I love a colon.
How about 48 Hours 2?
Well, I mean, another makes more sense than that.
How about 48 More Hours?
Well, if they knew that they were going to take the 48 Hours part out of the movie, I would have just called it, Jack and Reggie.
Jack
reunited.
and Reggie.
48 Hours 2, Reggie Gets Out?
Yeah.
That works.
Butch's Girlfriend Award, weak link of the film. The plot's incoherent, and we covered all the reasons why.
Story.
Jack can't find the Iceman for years, but never suspects other cops.
Jack is such a fucking idiot, guys.
Reggie's buddy in jail knows the entire time. Nobody asks him.
Guys, Jack is dumb.
Yeah.
Okay, Jack is dumb.
Every time I get close, the Iceman.
And Reggie realizes it too. Reggie's like, hey, Jack, the Iceman is a cop. I couldn't be a cop. Reggie like, idiot, are you dead ass? Like, it's definitely a cop. You're stupid as fuck.
Yeah, Reggie's like 29 and he's been in jail for 10 years and he figures it out
in like a day. It takes him a day to figure it out.
Also, why wouldn't they just kill Jack? It's like Jack's getting close. Hey, how about this? Let's just shoot him in the head tomorrow. Cool.
Right. They kill everybody else.
I'll kill him. What do you have for weak link?
I had the Bernie Casey, Tisha Campbell part. Just felt like it was stapled on at the end. What about her?
Tisha Campbell is one of I have this argument about Tisha Campbell.
Oh boy.
I think Tisha Campbell is one of the most important performers in Black cultural history.
She had a lovely episode of The Lowdown recently.
See, Tisha Campbell has been so consistent over the decades. Okay, you can pop on Little Shop of Horrors. Oh, look at that, Tisha Campbell. Martin throughout the 90s.
Boomerang,
House
Next Door
Party,
Neighbor.
Boomerang. You think about these fundamental parts of Black cultural film stuff. She's there. Pops up again, My Wife and Kids. Below now, like Tisha Campbell has had a fantastic, amazing career. We don't appreciate her enough.
I just meant randomly endangering this woman at the end of it.
For no reason, she was taken hostage. Yeah, I get that.
And also, like, doesn't Cherry kind of puts that one together pretty fast?
Mm-hmm. You know,
did you have a weak link or no?
The story is the weak link. Okay. You know what I hate though? There's one thing that I hate in the movie. So, because I know people, and I know people that work at places.
Like Angel?
Yeah. Like I know people that work at places. Right?
You know Angel North Beach?
I've known a lot of Angels in a lot of different North Beaches.
Except there in North Beach, dancing.
So he comes up to her, he goes, here's $75,000. She goes, if it comes from him, it's probably got blood on it. I don't want it. That's not happening.
Taking it?
That's not happening, man.
Okay.
$75,000. Hey, man, how's my dad doing? I appreciate it. Give me the motherfucking money. Get out the goddamn store. Like, every time I see something like that, that's not, I know the grandmamas, the aunties, the baby mamas, all of that. The $75,000 is being taken.
Yeah.
What stage the worst? I have a special what the hell were they thinking piece for this where Jack goes to see Reggie in jail who's playing basketball and the scene's not good. How is that not a great scene? That should have been the best scene in the movie. They haven't seen each other in 5 years.
What's aged the worst is the gap between the two movies. This movie needed to come out in 87 or 8 or something, or 85.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Why have them sing Roxanne again? They just do. There's a couple things they do in this movie. It's like, dude, it's almost why didn't somebody on the set stop this award?
Yeah, why isn't he singing When Doves
Don't
Cry
do
or
Roxanne
something?
again. He already did that.
Do you think this is a movie that they made and they were trying to make a movie where you didn't have to see the first one? Eddie's such a big star now that he's got like such an expanded...
Yeah, but it wasn't like it was like...
I'm asking, like...
I think 48 Hours, everyone
It's not like 48 Hours was Rushmore.
I know,
what I mean? Like,
but you see this movie at this particular time. 48
I just
hours.
think it was lazy.
Okay.
I just think they were being lazy. The Ruffalo Hannah Rubinick Partridge overacting award clearly goes to the hotel clerk in the Chinatown Hotel. She dials it up for 2 minutes. She's
goes
just
for
screaming.
I would also go for Cherry when he sees that Jack isn't dead.
Oh, he's going crazy. Yeah.
Ben, you have a flex.
All right, another list. Another 48 Hours award for Best Black Guy, White Guy, Action Comedy Duo.
Okay.
So we're starting at number 5, Running Scared. That's the guy put it in there. I think this movie is criminally underrated. People don't talk about it.
We did on the Rewatchables.
Number 4, 48 Hours, Reggie and Jack. These are just duos.
I would have that one, but go.
You'd have that one.
Yeah.
There's only one.
Okay.
There's a clear one. Number 3, I slid this one in here. I don't know if I can actually use it. I'm going Vincent Jules from Pulp Fiction.
You can use it.
Okay.
Counting it.
Vincent Jules, Pulp Fiction.
Great
It's
one.
a little bit of a stretch.
No,
whatever.
not a stretch for me.
Okay. Number 2, this is not an action, but this is a comedy. And this is one of the top white guy, black guy duos in a comedy movie ever. And this is Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson, Sidney Dean, and Billy, and White Man Can't Jump.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is number 2. Number 1 is so fucking easy.
48 Hours?
No.
It's Merton Riggs, man.
It's Merton Riggs. It's fucking over 48 Hours. Why fucking Mel did you do it? It's like it's I can't believe that he did it. A whole childhood with Mel, and Mel threw it away. Lethal Weapon, Riggs and Murtaugh, by far, maybe the best black guy, white guy duo ever in anything.
But the movie gets made because of 48 Hours.
What difference
Who
does
set
it
the
make?
prototype?
Did you
Well, that's
think
why
about
you think Kobe's better than MJ.
Gene Wilder?
I never said that.
And Richard
But
That's why you're a Kobe guy.
I do think MJ's better than Dr.
Kobe's
J.
doing an MJ
I do
impersonation.
think
You
MJ's
loved it.
better than Dr. J.
Well, you
Yeah.
think Kobe's better than MJ? Is that something you
No,
think?
he
said
does.
that.
If you put like three
it's
Pabst
never-
Blue Ribbons in it,
I've
I'm
never
thinking
said that.
North Beach.
I do
strip
think
point.
MJ is better than Dr. J, though. I think 48 Hours is Dr. J, and Lethal Weapon
That's
is
fair.
Michael Jordan.
I'll accept the argument. I disagree, but it's fair.
So you really don't think that Riggs and Murtaugh are number one?
If you're going to put it like that, I see it. If you're going to make the 48 Hours as Dr. J,
Did we
It
do Lethal
created-
Weapon 2 yet for Rewatchables?
Yes.
We
South
did do it
Africans?
long time
Yeah.
ago. We haven't done 3.
There are a couple honorable mentions. Django, Men in Black, a personal one for me that nobody cares about, The Last Boy Scout. And then
We've done the
We-
Last Boy
we
Scout.
care about Last
yeah,
Boy
we,
Scout.
we
I
totally
love
care
the
about
last,
that.
I love The Last Boy Scout. And then one that no one ever brings up is Money Talks. I really feel like in Money Talks, Chris Tucker and Charlie Sheen had fantastic chemistry. It was a really good movie to me. I liked it.
It's a good list. So you wouldn't put Men in Black in there.
Men in Black didn't make. I was trying to think of what to take out for Men in Black.
I
to
wouldn't
go
put
in
Men
there.
in Black in there either.
Men in Black could maybe bump out Running Scared, but I just think Running Scared is like a.
Were you a Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder guy?
I was as a kid, but I don't think those movies have held up great.
Yeah.
Silver Streak's okay. I would have added Crockett and Tubbs to that. And then I would have been able to move into Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx, which arguably could have been number 2.
If you're talking about overall duos, Crockett and Tubbs is way up there. This was a movie thing, but if you're talking about overall duos, Crockett and Tubbs, it's certainly the best on TV.
I'm a fiend for mojitos.
It's a good list.
Good list.
Appreciate you guys.
The CR thinks Luke Wilson could have been Harrison Ford Hottest Take Award. He already did his. What do you got, Van?
No hot takes.
I have one.
What's it?
This is my number 1 Release the Cut movie.
Yeah.
I see.
Release the Walter cut.
This is it. What's your number 1?
Release the cut movie, the cut that we've never seen. Well, it got released.
The Snyder
the
cut?
Snyder cut was my number 1.
So you don't have a number 1 now?
Nah, now I don't have number 1. I think of all of them, I've kind of seen them. But the number 1 was I wanted to see what Zach would have done.
Make us a promise right now. When you know where the finish line is for you, and you're like, I think I got a couple more years left. About 18 months out of
Where
your
am I
retirement.
going?
I'm just make me a promise.
You understand?
You
what's happening.
use the platform you have to get the another 48 hours.
Why can't I do it now?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you've got the juice.
Oh, hold on. Wait a second.
Wow.
Whoa, Chris, what the fuck are we doing here?
No, I see what he's doing. He's known me a long time.
I tell you something though. I know you've heard about this. We're in the midst of the re-apex.
Of Bill?
Yeah. You ever heard about this?
Prove it then.
The re-ep. Okay.
All I know is
get
that
to release
Apexed
the cut
out
with
Bill
us.
Simmons should be able to get the Walter Hill cut of
The
another 48
re-Apex
hours.
bill-
Re-Apex.
Re-apex bill can get
Craig
this
just told me
released.
about this.
Craig, you heard about the re-apex?
Absolutely.
he
Have
just- he broke the
Sarandos
news to me
call
about it.
Walter Hill and be like, name your price.
This is Brady in his late 30s. That's what you're in right now.
This is it. The last 3
Which
Super
Brady?
Bowls.
Like the 28-3 Brady?
the
Yeah.
Malcolm Butler game through
Malcolm
the
Butler,
Falcons.
yeah.
Yeah. The
This is-
re-apex.
So the re-apex would have to include a release the cut.
Release the cut of another 48 hours. You can get it done.
My number 2 would be Eyes Wide Shut
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
because I think that we have a lot of evidence that there might have been a
Freak
different
shit.
version of that movie before Kubrick died, and then God only knows what we ended up with.
Yeah.
But I think that would be number 2 for me. What about anything else for you?
As far as director's cuts, I feel like more often than not now we get the cuts that
Yeah.
we deserve.
It's funny. One of the ones I always wanted was 54 because I kind of like that movie, and it was supposedly like chopped to death, like this movie.
Oh. I
Which
then
one's
they
54?
54, the
With
Ryan Philippe
Mike
movie.
Myers.
Mike
Ryan
Myers.
Felipe, and Salma
I want to
Hayek
suck
Oh,
your
yeah.
cock.
about
You remember that? It's one of the funniest moments in a drama of all time.
This has been a weird episode of this pod.
You don't remember that?
I
wanna
do.
suck your cock.
like Mike
For
Myers.
some reason, I thought you were referring to the Roger Maris Mickey Mantle movie. That's
No.
61.
Mike
That was
Myers
before.
freaks out and he comes on to what's his face.
He comes on to Ryan
Ryan-
Fleet.
yeah.
He's counting the money.
He's
and-
counting the money. He's drunk. He's high.
Yeah.
and he comes.
It was a drama. We saw it in Boston, and the whole movie theater started laughing.
I gotta
It was
admit,
like one of those.
It's pretty hard for me to turn down a Studio 54 movie, though.
Well, that's why So they do the director's cut, and you can get it on Amazon, and there's like 12 more minutes, and it supposedly ties together all this stuff. It's like a B-. I almost wish I never saw the director's cut. It's
the best director's cut I've ever seen is Kingdom of Heaven one.
Oh, well, that changes the entire movie. Like, that makes the movie. The movie was. I already kind of fuck with it, but that makes the movie into a fucking timeless epic.
Yeah.
When you watch the director's cut of it. What a weird story, by the way. How could something like that happen to Ridley Scott?
I know. Well, I mean, it was, to be fair, like a 3-hour and 10-minute movie.
Proof of Life would be a good director's cut, released cut too. Well, we'd find out what happened with Russell Crowe and Meg Ryan.
Okay.
Is there a scene about
you're
that?
You're not even with me anymore on Proof of Life.
I am.
I feel like Sean, it's like...
No.
It's like, oh, I got to suck up to Sean.
You can't fucking say that. I was there with you on day one, Stuff of Legends. You know that I'm here with you.
You wouldn't want 2 extra scenes?
Of course I would, yeah.
But
or were they shot, though? I can't even remember.
Why would those 2...
Oh, they were definitely shot. Those got cut.
Those 2 extra scenes would explain the infidelity that happened on set?
Well,
would.
That's why they cut them.
They cut... Okay, I don't know this.
So... he saves her husband in the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does this whole thing. But he says goodbye to her when they're about to save David Morse, the guy that she's married to.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this moment and they kiss, and it's clear like other stuff has happened that they cut out. And then it's like this whole like love triangle, but we never saw the scene that led up to the love triangle.
Yeah.
There's like everything got cut. All of a sudden they have this tension.
It's
like,
like, because
where's this
on
come
the
from?
set, allegedly, there was this
They started
affair.
fucking.
That's the most enduring thing about the movie is that...
No, David Caruso is the most enduring thing about the movie.
The most enduring...
Stuff of Legends.
Do you know?
Fucking, like, they changed the public's perception of Meg Ryan after that.
Every single week, I look at the Just Watch website to see if Kiss of Death is on a streamer yet. And the answer is always no.
That's a crazy fucking movie.
Casting What Ifs. Don't really have any other than Frank McRae was in this and they cut him. Best That Guy award, I can give you. So you think Brent Jennings is not a that guy?
No, I think Brent Jennings is that guy. I think Brian
guy.
James is not a that guy.
Brent Jennings I have, or the guy who plays Ben Cruz.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that guy's name is.
Yeah, he pops up a lot.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff.
I'm going with Brent Jennings.
Okay.
Brent Jennings helped me in my career.
Deion Waiters. Really?
One of my early successes at TMZ.
Oh.
Got Brent Jennings on the street. I asked him about a kid in Arkansas. I don't know if you guys remember this story, but he was scoring too many touchdowns. And they made him stop scoring touchdowns. They said you can only score like 5 touchdowns in a game, and then he had to drop. I asked Brent Jennings about it. He got excited. He knew all about the story.
Where did you find him?
He was like walking around Beverly Hills. I was like, hey, did you hear about this kid? They won't let him score any more touchdowns or else the team has to. It's called the Madre Hill rule. Like based on Madre Hill, who had gone there at the Arkansas. It's this big scandal. He knew all about it. He was excited to talk about it. Harvey was like, that kid's got
Then he shot him in the air. Deion Waiters award. Bernie Casey is the winner.
Oh,
Yes,
I
for
asked
sure.
somebody else.
Who do you have?
Kathy Haas for the Barstormers bartender. He's like, are you going to tell me where I need to know, or are you just going to bitch a little bit more? He's like, I'm going to bitch a little bit more.
That's pretty
It's not
good.
bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
I had Bernie Casey, but that's not bad.
I can get you out there, Reggie. You will keep your word. I love him in this.
He spoke like a Shakespearean, like, repay your debt to me.
Yeah.
Which thugs are...
I would have watched the director's cut, 5 more scenes of them. Recasting couch director, City.
No. Walter Hill, San Francisco, on non-negotiables.
Craig, flex category.
Book about medals, belatedly best quote. I think there's some really good Eddie lines in this. I think he's very over the top angry, and then he balances that with some good, like, restrained anger. There's like a lot of talk about the wrongful conviction stuff I think is good. There's a line in it where he says, if shit was worth something, poor people would be born with no assholes.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great quote.
There's also a really good line where like he and Bernie Casey are getting into a fight. And they're like, what was that about? He's like, old football bet.
Yeah, there's a lot of good Eddie quotes.
I like when he tells Jack to leave. He's like, we got to talk black people stuff.
Yeah.
He has a lot of good, it's like secretly like pretty good advanced stats for Eddie in this movie.
And Nolte's pretty good in that scene where he's like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Half Faster in research. So Reggie calls one of his friends in the movie, and the guy's name is Willie Biggs. In the original 48 Hours, that's what Reggie Hammond's name was going to be, and Eddie asked them to change it to a different name because he thought it was like too intentionally black.
Okay.
So they settled on Reggie Hammond. Brought back Willie Biggs. So apparently there's some book called The Films of Eddie Murphy, and they have the original screenplay for this.
What?
And Jack's in a relationship with a female cop who later says she wants to plant a gun at the racetrack to clear his name. And then there's some other stuff, but that you can find out what they had in the original screenplay.
Do you have this book?
I do not. Fuck. Was in the research. Apex Mountain, Eddie No, Nolte. Getting close.
Getting close to the Nolte.
Nolte re-Apex.
Yeah, the re-Apex, yeah.
Brian James.
Probably, although much to his chagrin.
What I remember, I feel like I remember
he
him
was in
from
a movie
something
called Shocker. He was the star of the movie Shocker, which was a Wes Craven movie,
else. Okay.
horror movie.
Yeah.
Frustrating action movie sequels. Is there a more frustrating but lovable movie than this? That was an action movie?
Frustrating but lovable?
Yeah.
I'd say Predator 2 is frustrating but lovable.
Oh, that's
Great
a good one.
answer. I'm in love with the fucking movie.
Yeah, but it's like Predator 2 is, I think we would have a great time doing Predator 2 as a rewatchable.
Is this a pitch?
Just saying. Danny Glover and Bill Paxton.
You guys, I know that these movies aren't critically acclaimed, but these movies aren't bad. That's like, that movie is fun as fuck. It's weird. It's all out there. I refuse to try to act like Predator 2 sucks. That's a good movie.
You're talking to a guy who did a 2-hour podcast on Species. Who are you talking to? Walter Hill, no. What did we decide Walter Hill's Apex Mountain was?
Not the Warriors.
48 Hours or the Warriors?
48 Hours probably is his
Probably 48
Apex.
hours.
Yeah.
Cruz or Hanks?
Wait, Apex Mountain for guys flying through windows after being shot by a handgun? Doesn't get any better than
There's
this.
a lot of them in this movie.
And they take off like 20 feet. You know, like you get shot twice and you're just like flying across a bar and out a plate glass of window.
It's like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander traveling in the paint, flying backwards.
You're already starting the agenda.
Yeah. Cruz or Hanks?
Hanks as Jack? Is that what we're talking?
Hanks as Reggie? Cruz is, they don't work. It doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
So we have to pick though.
You do.
Hanks as Reggie.
Well, are we Nolte
No.
or Eddie? Well, who are we picking?
No, it has to be the Nolte part.
I'd say
It
Hanks.
can't be. Neither one of those guys can do that. It's got to be
You have to
Reggie.
pick.
I know. Okay, what I'm
What
saying
about
is,
Hanks as Iceman?
No, it's got to be the lead.
okay.
Oh.
Dude, you the fucking, what's the fucking
Does it?
weird?
You can't just
Yeah.
be
You
can't
got
be a
like
side
a,
character.
it's like
Then
a
it's
power
Hank-
play.
it's
You know what
Hanks
this- you know what
The
this
whole
is?
point is who
You know what
could be
this
the
is?
lead of this
This
movie.
is the
There's
role.
only one other time I've seen you like this.
When?
fantasy football. And
the podcast?
Right, no, like the whole fantasy football debacle that happened this year, where you caused the crash.
When you
out.
made
No,
up the
I didn't cause the
last
crash out.
place
Heifetz
rules.
caused the
you
crash
guys
out.
caused the crash. That's
Heifetz
only
sent a
time I've seen-
dissertation about a minor issue.
Sean stormed out of the text thread.
That fucking hysterical. He's like, whatever. What Sean goes, let me show you. Sean Finney has left the chat.
It is
I
one of
laughed
his
so hard.
funniest moves
That
when
was
he leaves the
hysterical.
chat.
That was hysterical.
All right, so we'll go with Hanks. Scorsese or Spielberg? Clearly Scorsese.
Yeah.
Best hang, worst hang? Probably Cherry Gans for worst hang.
I feel like I feel like the Brent Jennings character is the most like
Decent hang.
yeah, he's the most normal person.
Go to
in this
Vegas
movie.
with him?
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's Angel. That's the best hang, baby.
Angel, best hang.
Angel's the best hang.
She's up in North Beach
Well,
now.
She's up in North Beach.
I think if you're hanging out with Angel, you run the risk of running into Cherry, and that could get complicated.
could.
I think
but-
it's worth it.
you always run that risk, though. Angel.
Worst hang, Cherry Gans.
Yeah, Cherry's too intense.
Hey, did you see the Phillies game today? I got to kill Cobb. Fuck you.
Terrible tattoo on him.
Yeah,
That's
The-
the teardrop.
Sloppy teardrop. It's way too big. It's like kind of in front of his.
Well, he wasn't
right under
doing
the
it for
eye.
clicks. He was doing it because he put bodies
yeah,
away. man.
he's a body man, baby.
Yeah, it was no IG likes back then,
He
man.
wouldn't have gotten any.
We've covered a lot of picking nits
It's a lot
already.
of 'em.
Reggie does shoot a guy in the knee at the bar, which after having just get out of jail, and
Walked
it's
out.
fine.
Nothing happened. Assault with a deadly weapon.
Feels like that would have been something.
One of the nits that I picked here is one of the top nits that I've ever picked in anything. Anything. There's a gunfight happening. I know that the Asian hotel clerk lady, I know she's a handful. I know she's a piece of work. There's a gunfight happening. She runs up to bitch Nick Nolte out
Yeah,
during the gunfight. People are getting, one guy screaming, I'm gonna kill you, pig. Like
Yeah.
she runs, like there's like they busting at each other going crazy.
Yeah.
She's still, so you guys are making too much noise. She runs up there to bitch out Nick Nolte while the gunfight is happening It makes zero fucking sense.
Almost every revolver in this movie has 14 bullets.
That is weird. So how many realistically, we'll ask American Sniper over here, how many can you realistically get off?
6.
Like, is there an 8? Can you pull off 8 with a gun?
What are you talking about? Are there guns where there's 8 in the chamber?
At what point Cherry Gans shoots 13 shots in a row?
Cherry's not
Cherry's
shooting a
got a
revolver.
clip, but Jack
or
and
Cherry's
Hickok,
buddy, one of those guys.
Yeah.
Jack has a revolver.
They reload a couple of times, but this was a trope in 80s movies. They just did not care. Now, like legitimately, you see John Wick walking through the thing, pop, 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 boom, boom. He cycles the weapons, he reloads it.
Yeah.
But in the 80s, they just didn't give a fuck about that.
Maybe that was the most 1990 thing about this
it's
movie.
just never
13
caring about
bullet guns.
reloading. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Brent Jennings shot to death in a police morgue getting ID'd like 2 seconds later. We lose all concept of time in this
Price,
movie.
Isn't it the bike? The bike.
Malcolm Price. Sorry.
Yeah,
Malcolm
Price. Yeah.
So Malcolm Price, they ID him. All of a sudden, we lose 10 hours. And there's nobody goes to sleep in this movie. Nobody eats.
One of the scenes that got cut out apparently is like Nolte getting to Malcolm Price's house, I think.
Yeah.
Bill,
He's just in the morgue.
Nolte is involved in what the investigators think is a bad shoot, and he goes to trial immediately. Normally, there's an administrative leave.
1 day later.
There's a whole thing. There's a hashtag.
It's that morning.
There's all kinds of shit that happens. But he goes
Hashtag free Jack.
hashtag free Jack. There's a whole thing, but he goes to trial immediately.
2 more picking nits for me. So Jack is a virulent racist in the first movie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said he quit drinking. So did he also quit being a racist?
Well,
and why
I
not
think
mention
the
that?
two would be tied together is the implication, right?
Or did he learn his lesson by the end of 48 hours when he apologizes to Reggie at Torchy's?
Yeah.
Now, is it he was done with racism at that point, or did it still seep out?
I bet it was conditional. I mean, it's a different time, but it's conditional. I mean,
1990?
it would have been interesting if they had done a movie in 1985 if he had still been a racist.
Bush presidency maybe helped him.
He still turned his back on Reggie. Still left Reggie in the fucking slammer. Didn't even come to visit him.
It's true.
That's what you guys do.
All right, my biggest pick in it. Cherry Gans?
Yeah.
The fuck name is that?
Yeah, I don't know. The other guy's name is
Why
Albert.
is this game? The guy's name like Hacksaw.
I imagine it's Brad Gans, and he just Cherry's his nickname, but I don't know what that comes from.
Me and
Bruce-
Biker is
Bruce
nicknamed
Gans?
Cherry. Like Cherry Gans should be dancing at North Beach with Angel.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's not like a bad guy's name.
I guess the question is, if you saw him and you heard the name, would you step? Would you be like, yo, that's a bitch name?
No, because he would just shoot me
You're
and
not
I'd
gonna
go
do shit.
backwards
Which is
20
why.
feet.
Which is why you're not gonna do shit. Which is why he could be Cherry.
How
His
did he
name
get
is his real name is Richard. Richard Gans. Dick Gans.
nickname
Oh,
Cherry?
okay.
Dick Gans.
Dick
Dick
Gans.
Gans.
Dick Gans.
Dick.
Dicky. Say it again. Say what did they say in 54? What did he say? What did Mike Myers
I
say?
already did it once.
This is
Come on, you're trying to
Well,
gift me.
I'm not trying to
No,
get. They already got it.
we captured lightning in a bottle. You don't have to make him do it again.
I wanted.
It's already on Instagram. Don't worry.
Yeah, fuck. God damn it.
Tragically, Bill Simmons' podcasts were canceled by Netflix the next day.
Sequel, prequel, prestige, TV, all black cast, or untouchable. I would have done a third one.
Hold on, I gotta say something. That would be a mistake by Netflix.
Yeah, he's
Netflix should-
reapexing.
What Netflix should do is they should hold on. What Netflix should do is they should cut that and then they should put, do you want to know what movie Bill Simmons is talking about sucking cock in? Monday.
Yeah.
I would have done a third 48 hours over a third Beverly Hills Cop.
What if
I think Nolte was hot, as Van described earlier,
Yeah.
from 90 to 93. Cop comes out in like 94, the third one.
Also,
I just would have rather
there's
done
just
48
an
hours.
obvious is you got to put Nolte in the Bing. You put Jack in prison,
Yeah.
and he gets brought out for 48 hours, and Reggie is the one helping him.
You flip
I
it,
have-
Eddie's the
Yeah.
big star. Yeah,
I
it's
have
easy.
something about that for unanswerable questions.
Okay.
But before we do that, is this movie better with Wayne Jenkins, Fergie the Florist? By the way, CR, Kyle Brandt loved Fergie the Florist so
Oh, yeah?
much, did it for just one of the guys
Fantastic.
in your honor. Or somebody else. Who do you have, CR?
I got Tom Brady analyzing Angel doing both of those guys.
Oh shit.
Well, KB first Hickok had his way with the Angel, and now you got a question: does she have enough in the tank for Cherry? You always run into that with Eskimo Brothers.
You want to chime in on that one?
Two talented lovers, KB. Excited to see what happens next.
Just so impressed with her stamina, KB. She's been dancing in North Beach all day.
Absolute talent.
KB, with the cold weather, you have to change how you dance in the cage to use your tiptoes. Just one Oscar who gets it. The stunts. The stunts are great in this movie.
Stunts are awesome.
And I think it won the award for best stunts of 1990.
Honestly, we should make an
contest.
Oscar for best motorcycle driving, and it should be in for this movie.
Yeah.
Probably unanswerable questions. So sometimes they'll do this in a movie where it's like Angel, she's the best. They did this in the Gold Club trial. Remember the Gold Club trial? They had the stripper, the Gold Club trial, they said was the Michael Jordan of strippers.
Yeah.
I just always wonder how the reputation first gets earned and then spreads.
You do wonder that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Like, you really have to stand out. So
Want to
Angel
chime in
just
on that?
apparently, I don't know if Van had any thoughts.
What are you Googling?
I'm something different. Just for strippers? Like what?
Angels, like, they're talking about
What
her
are,
at a
what are the
prison 2 hours
measurables
away.
for strippers? Like, what's
They're
what's
like, I
the
heard about
advanced
this
analytics?
girl Angel.
But they're different disciplines, right? So if you're talking about a stage dancer, there's that. If you're talking about a lap dance, there's that. If they're talking about her, I mean, there's different disciplines, right?
Right.
It's like they're
They're
five
talking a
tool
little
strippers.
extra.
They're talking
Yeah,
cage dancing.
They're talking a little bit extra, like what she does up there, but then how that translates to some extracurriculars after hours.
Yeah.
But those guys are definitely talking about legitimately which strippers grind on you and get your shit off. That's probably what Patrick Ewing was into.
So here's what I would have done for this movie, Unanswerable. Tell me if this would have been better. 48 Hours 2, it starts, Reggie owns Vroman's.
Vroman's the bookstore?
No, the bar that in 48 Hours 1.
Oh, okay.
The bar when he's like, when he meets Olivia Brown and is dancing with her and Jack comes in near the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, of course you don't know about this place. It's popular with the brothers. He owns Vroman's. He bought it. He's now buddies with Jack. Jack gets framed for a murder by Gans's biker gang. Goes to jail. Reggie has to mortgage Vroman's for like 72 hours to
For
get
his
him
bail.
out to find the biker gang. We flip it. Jack's the one in jail. Reggie has money. Reggie's now helping him, but he's got something online because he mortgaged the bar. I think it's a better movie.
It's not bad.
100%.
I don't know that it's vampires and like prison
That's
transports.
so maybe that should have been 3.
Yeah.
So you want to keep the Western Brotherhood in the mix, though?
Yeah, I like the biker
Me
gang.
too.
Yeah, they have to bring them back.
What piece of memorabilia would
Hold
you
on,
want
I have
to
an
know?
unanswerable question.
Oh, what do you got?
Which is a better movie? Lawyer in Lace or Flesh Pot?
Saw that on the in the Chinatown porn theater.
Oh, yeah.
Chinatown Poor Theater.
Yeah.
Probably Flesh Pot.
You think? I mean, just think
It
about
depends
it.
on how much of a plot
Well, you
guy you
gotta
are.
think.
What
well,
won
if
the
you-
AVN that year?
Well, if you're into to plot, then it's gotta be Lawyer in Lace.
I'm saying it depends. It's really a taste thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it's usually going straight Gonzo, Flesh Pot. It's Flesh Pot. I would go Flesh Pot if it's just Gonzo. You know what I mean?
The piece of memorabilia you'd want or not want from this movie? Probably the motorcycle, Gans's motorcycle.
Gans's motorcycle was cool. I loved Reggie's car, man.
Yeah,
I know we're not allowed to pick cars, but
What about
Pretty good
the
car.
Jack's? There's one brief moment where he's staring at that pen that has the naked woman on it
Oh,
that
yeah.
reveals herself when the ink goes down.
that's right.
I thought that was kind of fun.
Yeah, did they
Jack's
sell
lighter,
those?
Reggie's Walkman, all of that stuff.
Oh, the lighter would be good.
Yeah, the James
Jack's
Brown
lighter.
tape.
The lighter
I'd want
from
the James
48
Brown
hours.
tape.
Coach Finstock, Mr. Miyagi Award, best worst life lesson. Craig already did it. If shit was worth something, poor people would be born with no assholes.
Mhm.
Best double feature choice, 48 Hours?
Sure.
I went Tango and Cash.
Yeah, spiritually, it's
Oh, for
probably
that.
more related.
Mm-hmm.
Then who won the movie? Eddie Murphy.
Eddie won.
Craig, what do you got?
This is not a complicated rewatchable at all to me. To be honest, I enjoyed this more than the first one.
Wow.
Told
Yeah.
you.
I saw the first one because you guys did the original like in 2017.
Early.
Really
Yeah.
early,
Yeah.
pre-categories. I was not producing the show. So I just watched it on my own a few years ago. I thought it was okay. I thought it was slow. Not nearly as funny as it should have been for how, like, it's quite racist, obviously, but I didn't think it was that funny. And I was just like, I don't really get the appeal to this. Like, it's not even that funny. And this
It's
one,
quite racist, obviously.
this one cuts out all that. And to me, I thought it was funny. I thought it was really enjoyable. And it's just, as Van outlined in his like top 5, buddy cop thing, it's just something that works. If you get 2 charismatic people, it's 100 minutes. They're in a city. They're running around. It plays all the way up through The Nice Guys.
What are we fucking? When's the last solid black guy, white guy pairing that we've had.
Oh, shit.
I would do that guy. I'm starting to really like the guy from who's on SNL now, Cam Patterson.
Cam Patterson, yeah.
Him as a
He's
cop
hilarious.
with somebody else.
I saw a little glimmer
Him as a
of
cop.
that. I think
Nah, we ain't putting him as a
somebody
cop.
enterprising.
maybe he's the Reggie Hammond type role.
It could be
Yeah.
Shane Gillis in somebody or something like that.
Could be. Hold. What? Okay.
Do you know
I think Cam is fucking hysterical. So like, what?
Shane is
Oh,
a
I got
cop.
one. I got it. You put Cam with Timmy.
Tim
telling you.
Robinson?
No,
Chalamet.
You put Cam with Timmy Chalamet. I'm telling you.
Well, you could put that. Chalamet is the answer to every movie.
But the point is, in this one, you're gonna make either you subvert it and you go like Timmy's like straight up, the straight lace one, and Cam gets to go crazy, or you really fuck with the audience. You make Cam play it straight, and you let Timmy go fucking wild, and you put those guys
I
together.
think you've already
The problem
overthought
is
this.
Nolte
No,
and
you're
Eddie
wrong.
Murphy were major stars.
This is why I was kind of thinking because of the
It would
actors
have
on
to be like
actors
Michael
videos.
B. Jordan and Shane Gillis.
It would be Michael B. Jordan and
Michael B.
Jesse
Jordan's just like
Plemons.
having fun for a month on set. He's like, fuck it, I'll just do this.
See, if it's Michael B. Jordan,
But did you see Michael B. Jordan with Jesse Plemons in the actors on actors videos?
I did.
But Michael B. Jordan's funny.
He was
He's
funny.
never
Yeah.
really unleashed that in a movie in the
He's
right
Jesse
way.
trying to
Plemons
some
is funny
comedies.
in Date
Yeah.
Night.
Yeah. So
Game
Jesse,
night. Yeah.
Stars
Game
need to be more comfortable making movies like this because it's fun.
now do you go generational here? Because a lot of these movies that we're talking about, besides the white man can't jumps and stuff like that, there's an age gap, and that age gap kind of builds into the comedy too.
Mhm.
So you could go, if you're going to do MBJ, you can go a little older if you want it.
That's right. So
Well,
like MBJ, Robert Downey Jr.
Do we
kind
have
of thing.
confirmation on him doing Miami Vice yet?
No.
Him and Austin Butler?
I don't know what happened. I really tried to wish that into existence, and I don't know what's going on.
I don't know if Austin Butler works for me for that.
For Crockett?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Who works? In that age
I need
range?
him a little older. I don't know if he's old enough yet.
I need to know if Austin Butler is okay not taking himself seriously in a movie.
Well, Sonny Crockett's kind of a,
I mean, he doesn't really take
yeah.
Elvis. I mean, like, you think he takes himself
Well, it's a
seriously?
very
in
serious
Elvis?
role that he really commits to. I want to see him like loose and having fun.
Oh yeah. He's
Ask
pretty, like,
Crockett.
caught stealing,
Crockett's,
he's pretty
like,
loose.
Crockett's kind of
Yeah.
a dour guy, though. Like, Crockett's not like,
Craig was an actor.
oh,
I was. You didn't see my work?
I haven't.
Nationwide commercial?
Yeah.
2016?
Yeah.
Gruden Grinder.
Well, then why don't you fucking do it then?
Yeah,
It's you and MBJ.
I'm waiting for the call. Ringer
I know.
Films.
I gotta think of who it would be. But like
Yeah,
they
well,
haven't
next
done it
time.
in a while.
But like Michael B. Jordan would be great. He's a big star. He's
Django,
very funny.
maybe?
He's charismatic.
Now more
Do
than
that.
ever, we just need.
People be together and just make the same jokes. Make the jokes. Like
Yeah.
make them. I remember White Man Can't Jump. There's like the whole thing is directly just have the fun. We know.
It's never failed where the people don't like each other for the first 40% of the movie and have to learn to work together. And then by the end, they like each other.
Yeah.
I'm going to like that every time. I don't really care who the two people are. Just keep. I even like The Heat with Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock.
Sure.
I thought that
It's a
was
good movie. It's funny.
Opposites
It
do
always
attract.
works. The Heat's good. You like The Heat?
Yeah. The other guys, funny,
Yeah.
works.
That's it for the Rewatchables. CR.
Another great one from you.
Yeah.
I thought we all elevated each other.
you never cease to surprise me.
Make
Bill.
a prediction. Who's going to win the national championship tonight?
Well, but this is running on Wednesday.
I know, but like it'll be a nice little time capsule.
I actually really think Miami's going to win. I don't know why. I just
Yeah.
think
think
and it'll
Indiana-
open up this whole door to how long should somebody stay in college football with Carson Beck, who's I think my age at this point.
Right. Indiana's whole team.
It's 25.
Yeah. Every single one of them, man. Extras in the first girls.
Thanks, Van.
No problem.
Thanks, Sierra.
Did you
Thanks,
say
Craig.
extras in the
Thanks,
first
Gahao.
in like the season of Girls?
And Eduardo. Thank you, Eduardo.
Thanks, Eduardo. And Zodiac is coming up next. You have a week to watch it.
Gotta
See you
go
guys.
watch that.